Imagine spending 30 years diligently saving for retirement only to find yourself terrified to spend a dime once you get there. Sounds crazy. Well, I've watched countless retirees with seven-figure portfolios live like they're broke. They're obsessively checking their accounts, losing sleep over basic purchases, all of this even as their wealth continues to grow. You know what? This isn't just about money anymore. It's about breaking free from a psychological prison that's keeping you from living the retirement you've worked so hard to achieve. So in this video, I'm going to be covering the shift from saving for retirement to spending in retirement. We're going to cover the 4% rule and why it can actually work against you. And we're going to be getting behind the math of retirement and how to spend confidently in retirement. You see, the real challenge isn't about creating financial security anymore. Most retirees have already accomplished that. Instead, the struggle lies in overcoming the psychological barriers that prevent enjoying the wealth you've built while maintaining confidence that you won't outlive your assets. This transition often catches retirees unprepared, potentially leading to what I call wealth hoarding, driven by deep-seated financial anxieties. Now, this fear becomes mainly evident in families who approach retirement without a detailed financial plan that addresses different scenarios, and instead, they rely on instinct. And the funny thing is, the same budgeting and saving habits that built wealth can become obstacles in retirement. The constant stream of negative financial news and dire predictions from media outlets often increases these fears, which in turn gives retirees countless reasons to hold on to their wealth rather than enjoy it. I've done a lot of financial planning research over the years, and this is what I've noticed. I've noticed a surprising trend, which is most retirees significantly underspend their retirement portfolios. Now, one notable study by Michael Kitces in 2016 found that individuals with more than $333,000 in total wealth often fail to spend even their annual investment income. And this pattern becomes more pronounced as wealth increases. Perhaps most striking is that 2/3 of retirees following the traditional 4% withdrawal rule end up with more than double their initial retirement amount after 30 years. Now, the study further revealed that significant portfolio depletion typically doesn't occur until retirees reach their late 80s, if at all. In fact, retirees are more likely to quintuple their starting amount than to meaningfully draw down their initial retirement portfolio. This excessive caution, while well-intentioned, often results in what I call financial paralysis. So consider this scenario: a $1 million balanced portfolio over 3 decades, generating 8% annually with 3% inflation. Now, this portfolio could sustain annual withdrawals starting at $61,000 or 6.1% with inflation adjustments throughout retirement. Now, under this scenario, you wouldn't touch the principal until year 17, around age 84, if you retired at 67. Even in a more conservative scenario, with 7% returns and 4% inflation, a $1 million portfolio could support annual withdrawals starting at $49,000 or 4.9% for 30 years. You still wouldn't touch principal until year 17. So the reality of retirement spending often follows what I call a smile pattern. Higher in early retirement, for bucket list items, lower in middle retirement as those activities decrease, then potentially higher later due to healthcare costs. Now, of course, these two scenarios, they're hypothetical, and I'm just using it as an example. But here is the thing. The reluctance to spend often stems from viewing withdrawals as losses rather than fulfilling the intended purpose of retirement savings. I'm reminded of a couple in their 80s I used to work with, and the wife desperately wanted to replace the sofa. I mean, it had tears in it. It was stained. They probably had it for over 30 years. But here's the thing. The husband did not want to spend the money to replace it, and he really fought her on this. His fear was that if they pulled out money from their savings, that he would outlive the money they had saved up. Now, I got to tell you, this couple had several $1,000,000 in the portfolio that could easily sustain withdrawals. Yet his mindset was a withdrawal means a loss. And this mindset gets reinforced by financial institutions promoting these ultra-conservative withdrawal rates and strategies. Now, I'll say this, while these approaches could help minimize the risk of financial hardship, they can, on the other hand, increase anxiety rather than provide peace of mind. So, if you are on the cusp of retirement, instead of relying just on your gut instinct, consider developing a comprehensive financial plan with scenario testing that could provide the confidence needed, to spend appropriately in retirement. I know that when I work with clients on these financial plans, what we do is we map out all income streams, including maybe some part-time work or Social Security, rental income, and pensions. What we do next is we look at both essential expenses like housing and health care and discretionary spending for entertainment and travel. So with the financial planning software I use, you can stress test your retirement plan against various scenarios. For example, what if we had higher inflation for an extended period of time? What if Social Security is reduced? What if the markets are flat for an extended time or they actually go down? So with this analytical approach, it often reveals more flexibility than retirees can expect. Consider shifting focus from ultra-conservative withdrawal rates to more realistic scenarios. And you may want to consider constructing a portfolio in 3 segments. The first segment, have 2 to 3 years of the income you will need in cash, then pull from that in the first few years of retirement first. This could help mitigate sequence of returns risk. The next segment of the portfolio would be invested more balanced, maybe a mixture of stocks and fixed income and money markets. This could provide some income with moderate growth. And the third segment, consider more growth-oriented securities for your long-term goals. So, the key to breaking free from being too conservative with your withdrawal rate isn't about just spending recklessly. It's about using wealth purposefully, based on thorough planning rather than fear. Remember, you saved this money specifically for retirement. If you never spend it, what was the purpose of all those years of disciplined saving? The goal should be to find the balance between prudent financial management and actually enjoying the fruits of your lifelong efforts. If you like what you're seeing so far, check out this next video. Subscribe to the channel. Lord willing, we'll see you next time.